Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
Great to see you again. We're not going to mess around because this is a very, very serious fragrance that we're going to talk about today.
It?
No.
No.
No, it might be. I don't know, but I think that we should.
The bottle doesn't look very serious.
The bottle is not very serious, and we have maybe reviewed a sibling of this fragrance before.
Yes, I mean.
Would that be fair?
Well, yeah.
A cousin, a sibling,
something like that. Yeah. So
uncle.
We did a review of Phantom by Paco Rabanne, which came out not that long ago, which is 4 perfumers, and it was bright and futuristic, and it had this robot, and it had AI technology involved in it. It was groundbreaking. It was the future fragrance, and it's one of the worst things we've ever smelt.
It's like being hit in the face by a plane, I think.
No, it's much worse. No, it's been hit in the face by a sewage truck.
Yeah, God.
We're just this, like, conflicting mess of garbage.
It's like falling off a cliff and catching your eyelid on a nail on the way down, isn't it? It's not good. But anyway, nice fragrance. Well done.
So we were interested to try this version at Fame.
Yeah.
And it seems, from the outset that they were going for something slightly different. So this fragrance also had 4 perfumers, like 4 big names. The biggest name being Alberto Marias, Dora Magritte, Fabrice Pellegrin, and Marie Salamagne. So 4 big successful perfumers. Why you need that to make a fragrance?
Why do you need? Yeah, that's what I don't get.
But as opposed to saying this is futuristic and it involves AI technology, quite the opposite. So their statement is that this is 90% natural origin and 100% crafted in grass from sustainable ingredients, and it's vegan. So claiming things are all natural or highly natural is quite a popular thing. So I'm just going to tell a short anecdote, which is going to expose me as being very middle class. So I had a new cleaner come to my house, and I was talking to her, and she said, "Oh, of course we bring all our own cleaning products. We'll only use our own products, and they are all eco products, and so they're really good for the environment. They don't have any chemicals in them."
So even if it was water.
So when someone says it doesn't have chemicals, and you think, well, you're either a liar or an idiot, unfortunately. Yeah. But it's very popular to say, "Oh, I don't want any chemicals. I don't want perfume in my chemicals. I want it to be natural. I don't no chemicals at all."
People don't get it, do they?
So when someone says, it's 90% natural origin.
What does that mean, really?
That doesn't really. I mean, everything's natural. Everything's got to come from nature at some point. If you have synthesized an aroma chemical, you've got to synthesize it from something.
We are 100% chemical.
Yeah.
We are chemicals.
But if you've got ambroxan or hedione, it's synthesized from something natural. So, I mean, the claim 90%. This is an EDP. So if we assume it's 15% perfume, 85% alcohol. So the alcohol can be all natural, so already that's taken care of that. So let's assume that the 15% of what's left, we're talking about 5% natural, 10% synthetic. So that means 1/3 of the perfume formula is of natural origin, which for a designer fragrance seems extremely high to me.
Yeah.
But they haven't qualified that statement at all. And I'm just going to say as well, being natural does not make it good.
No, what the hell does that mean? Are they saying that the last 100 years that haven't happened in perfumery, and some of the great masterpieces of all time were not made using all these wonderful synthetics?
No, I mean,
what are we missing?
Let's look at the ingredients. So, or the notes. Sorry, not the ingredients. So they list mango, bergamot, jasmine, olibanum, sandalwood, vanilla. So the mango is definitely, you can't get mango essential oil. So that's definitely a synthetic accord. The bergamot, that could be natural. Citrus is quite cheap. Jasmine, there's no way in hell this contains real jasmine. It's too expensive. It's probably some like benzoyl acetate, benzoyl salicylic, and of course hedione. Olibanum, so frankincense. It could be a little bit of frankincense in that. It's not too expensive. Sandalwood, there's no chance this contains real sandalwood. Vanilla, there's no way it contains real vanilla. But that's fine. It doesn't
matter, does it?
Yeah. Anyway,
look at Jiki.
Yeah.
One of the great masterpieces of all time.
Saying it's natural does not make it better. Let's see what it smells like. I've smelt this before. I've had this for a little while. I've tested it a few times. Joe has
I'm
not.
excited.
So you're going to get his first impressions.
I feel like Simon Cowell here. No, my first impression is not good. I'm sorry.
So my first impressions was it's a gajillion times better than Phantom. So you get this slightly synthetic kind of sandalwood, which kind of wafts away, and then you kind of get this fruity, quite juicy mango.
It's just too cloyingly sweet and pineapple-y, and it just smells too much like a kind of Kiora fruit juice that I've spilled on my arm.
So what it definitely does not smell is natural, but I don't. That's not necessarily a bad thing. For me, I was just impressed because it smelt so much better than Phantom.
But that wouldn't be hard. That's like saying I'd rather be hit by a car than a van. It's like, okay.
There is this kind of quite juicy, fruity accord. It's not. Well, I don't know. I don't think I would have picked out mango. It doesn't smell like the mango in Timbuktu, which is that searing, fresh, energetic.
It's just a fruit juice. It's like a sort of generic fruit juice.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
But it's quite kind of uplifting and perky and playful.
Yeah, but it's just so nasty smelling to my nose. I'm not being mean. This is all the stuff that I hate in perfume. Is this very cloying, synthetically smelling.
But do you not think it's more? Do you not think it's much better put together? It's better.
Yeah, the other thing was a car crash.
Whereas this does smell like a perfume.
It smells like a perfume. It just smells like a perfume I don't like. This is the kind of thing that I smell on people, especially on hot days, and I sometimes think, it's just too cloying.
I don't think it's too sweet. It's not as obviously sweet as I thought it was going to be.
Sweet like a Turkish delight would be sweet, and so.
Well, that's very sweet.
But the surface of it smells okay. But then when you get underneath it,
I don't. The other thing I don't think it smells that feminine.
Not really.
You know, if this had been released marketed as a masculine fragrance, I wouldn't have been surprised at all.
To me, it smells like a sort of £3 body wash that you might find. You know, some playful notes, and it would be called something like Autumn by the Fire with, yeah. I don't know.
Summer Kiss or something.
Yeah, it's just.
I think it's better than that, personally. And maybe it's because I kind of like tested it on skin.
You've tried it on skin.
Do you want to try it on skin?
No. Can I tell you why though? Because I want to spray one of those things on skin.
Yeah.
I'll try it on you. Sorry, I'm very protective of my little hand.
I mean, that's just kind of your very first smell. But I mean, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm not saying it's quite as bad as it necessarily could be.
No, I was expecting worse, I have to say.
Yeah. But
I don't like it because it's just the kind of perfume style that I don't gel with.
And the thing is, I was saying to Joe, I know, fragrances like, if you look at the Guerlain Aqua Allegoria line or the Hermès Jardin line, I would say those are very natural smelling fragrances. Yeah. They smell like nature, and I really think, especially with the Aqua Allegoria,
Herba Fresca.
Yeah, you're transported to kind of gardens and things like that, but they don't claim to be all natural because they're not, because modern perfume is not all natural. The problem is with something like this, it claims to be highly natural, but it does not smell.
It's a pointless claim.
This does not smell like anything in nature.
No. It smells like a sort of sticky fruit juice thing.
So the fruity top, I think, does go quite soon. It never became that jasmine-y. I felt in the midsection, it became more like a cologne. It really felt more like jasmine, more like neroli than jasmine. Went in more of a masculine cologne section phrase. And I was waiting for it to become overly vanillic, and it never quite did. It didn't tip over to something. When I saw the notes list, I thought this is going to be hugely sweet, and I don't think it is sweet. In the midsection, when I wore it on the skin, it became, I would say, creamy, slightly coumarin-y, kind of creamy. I I'm really trying to kind of paint it positively because it's just not quite as horrific as I expected it to be. It had this kind of like this like bottled kind of like squirty cream, a quality like that. And this kind of dry down from the kind of 2-hour point lasted pretty much for another 6 hours. I got the hint. I don't know if I could have picked out incense, but there's a slight hint of spicewood.
Yeah, where's that coming in from as well? The sort of incense note that they talked about.
I mean, there could be.
I can't picture it here really.
No, I mean there's a slight kind of spicewood, but I felt like in the dry down it's a fluffy white musk, bit of coumarin, and some kind of slight floral notes.
I think it's not the exact same smell, but I get that slight association, which always makes me slightly nauseous, of those car air fresheners when they're a bit too persistent. Mm-hmm. And I find a persistence in this that I don't like. To be fair, I'm the one going to smell it.
Yeah, you'll bring it to your nose.
It's not coming to me.
And whereas I didn't get that actually. I found on skin, I didn't find that big, over the top, in your face, like relentless.
Oh, that's good to know.
A kind of sweet vanillin or ethyl vanillin doing all the kind of heavy lifting. I didn't think it was that. I thought it was a bit better than that, and it made me feel a bit more positive because Phantom was so awful, and I thought, is that really what everything is about? Whereas this is just not very good, as opposed to absolutely horrific.
But you're being positive. But look at the quality of perfume making in the world today. We mustn't forget this is a multi-million-dollar.
And we should talk about about price as well. So this is not cheap.
No.
So 30ml is £60, but 80ml is £110. So this is not a cheap designer fragrance. This is expensive. This is a niche price.
Yeah.
But I guess the nature of the company, they're paying for these 4 big names for these big oil companies. There'll be a huge marketing campaign which will cost lots of money. So lots of your money is going on those sort of things.
Yeah.
So
it's everything that's wrong with perfume today, I'm afraid. And I could find you 100 things like that on the shelves of Boots that are in the same ballpark. How exciting is that?
Yeah.
Look at what's out there. With some of the stuff that we smell is absolutely incredible and can be really cheap or really expensive. Like we said, good perfume doesn't have to be expensive at all. No.
But I don't think this is horrific.
No, it's not horrific. It's kind of bland and fine and nice.
Yeah.
But I don't want bland and fine personally. I'm being harsher than you because
but
this is my first smell.
Maybe because I went in and I expected to get something like Phantom, and for me it's nowhere near in the same league.
It's a pleasant surprise. Yeah, and I agree with you on that. It's not as bad as Phantom by a mile.
And it just feels so much more cohesive as a composition.
Yeah, I mean it's technically perfectly well done, isn't it? It's like
great. As you'd expect from the list of perfumers.
Yeah. I mean, I might try it on skin at some point and see. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't wear it.
It's just so familiar as well. So familiar.
Yeah. But I've smelt worse things.
Yeah. I've smelt much worse things, including things by great masters for way, way more money.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's not just that, but it just doesn't rock my world.
Yeah.
So but I'm glad we smelt it, though. I have to say, I think it's good to to try.
Push the envelope.
Yeah, we keep coming back and trying things like this when they come out. I don't know what's going on in the kind of designer realms at the moment.
Well, I would love people to suggest fragrances. I really wanted to try this for the reasons I explained.
Do a video of lots of designery.
But we would, like to smell some new designer releases. Anyway, if you've tried it and if you've worn it, maybe you completely disagree with us. Think we're just kind of niche snobs or just complete idiots.
Let us know.
We would like to know. Until next time.
Bye.
Happy sniffing. Should we